Good morning. It's 11:05 a.m. Do you know where your home equity is? Welcome to the Velocity of Money. Here now to answer your questions about real estate, capital, equity, funding, and finance, your host of the Velocity of Money, Michael J. Barnes.
But we're going to go ahead, if we could, we're going to jump right into the short sale information. Jerry, again, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us.
Well, thank you for having us.
What is the name of your firm?
Our group is Dream Investing Group, and our brokerage is Keller Williams Arizona Realty.
Okay, so you're that's great, licensed agents with Keller Williams, and I know that the two of you, I know of your history, we'll talk a little bit more about that, but you've been working together for a while. You and I had a chance to speak about the short sales and your success rate, and very, very impressive. Proven results always helps. So the natural first question, for those that are listening today, what is a short sale exactly?
Well, a short sale is a property sale where the bank or lender agrees to accept less than what's owed to them. So the bank is agreeing to take a loss on the sale of your property. And I like what you said earlier about not trusting a loan modification or a short sale to just anybody. You certainly don't want to be the guinea pig, and you don't want to try to approach the bank yourself and ask them to please take a loss
Right.
because you need to sell your home.
Well, and that's, one of the things that's funny nowadays, you people have seen pop up all over town, all over the place, the ugly yellow signs on billboards and everything, advertising on the radio and everything about loan modifications, and they have a 100% success rate, all kinds of these different things. Same thing with a short sale. You actually have a process, right? You have a lot of experience doing it. You know the ins and the outs. And this isn't a part-time job. This is a full-time job.
Absolutely. It is a more than full-time job. The last 3 Sundays, I have been on the phones with lenders that open. One of them has a call center in India. I've been on the phone from 10 o'clock at night until midnight, and again on the phone at 6 a.m. with the same lender trying to stop foreclosure.
Well, that's good that you have the time, that you take the time to do that. I'm sorry that you have to work that many hours. But Kaylin, is it not true that the sooner we get through all of these short sales and loan modifications, the better off we're all going to be anyway, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. A lot of people ask, what does it take? Who should be considering a short sale? If you are late on your mortgage currently, if your mortgage has adjusted, if you can no longer afford your monthly payments, if you foresee yourself not being able to afford your monthly payments, any of these instances, plus several more, you should definitely be sitting down with someone and talking about your options, which would be most likely short sale or loan modification.
Yeah, the last thing anyone wants, and when I say anyone, I mean a foreclosure. That's really the last resort.
Absolutely.
Nobody wants a foreclosure. You don't want it on your record. You don't want to have to deal with that. It's a very public event, a foreclosure is. The banks don't want you to foreclose, and that's probably why they're so willing to work with you, would you say?
Absolutely. The banks do not want the home back no matter what they tell you.
Exactly. Well, and that's, we on the loan modification side, people try on their own to do this, and it's true that people can actually do a loan modification on their own, but there are so many pitfalls. It's just not something that you want to try on your own. You certainly don't want to try to do a short sale on your own. Mm-hmm. So Jerry, let me ask you this: what are some of the main objections?
The main objection that we hear from most of our clients is the cost to them. They already can't afford the payment on their mortgage, or they wouldn't be in that particular situation 9 times out of 10. And so they're concerned about cost. Most people have already resigned themselves to the fact that they're losing their home, and they don't want to spend any more money on it. The good news is, in a short sale, you don't have to spend any more money. All of the costs are absorbed by the bank. They agree to lose more money, basically. So there's no realtor fees. The majority of the time we can negotiate an as-is contract, so if there's repairs that need to be done in your home, they don't come and ask you to do it. It's just factored into the cost, basically. So it's very effective for homeowners.
That's good, and it keeps them from going into foreclosure. They get to stay in the house, and they, in some cases, get to save whatever's left of their dignity. If there's some people take it very pridefully, as well. So, Kaylin, the second most common objective, would you say?
That objection we find is how would the bank take that high of a loss? For example, say you owe $500,000 and the current market value is only $400,000. A lot of people think that the bank wouldn't take a $100,000 loss. That is not the case. It certainly does not matter what you owe on your home. The bank is looking at market value, and we are the professionals who know market value. Jerry, remember that short sale we closed a couple months ago in Scottsdale? This particular client owed $930,000, and we short sold it for $450,000 and closed in 45 days.
Wow. Wow, you got the short sale done in 45 days.
Yeah, that was, I mean, that's pretty fast,
That,
but
yeah.
starting to get a
It's
little
an
more
extreme
common.
case, right?
Mhm.
Don't, these results aren't necessarily typical, I guess, but nonetheless, you're still able to negotiate properly with the loss mitigation department or the asset manager. We'll talk more deeply in a few minutes about that. For more information on Jerry League or Kaylin Roberts, you could call 480-835-6248. That's 480-VELOCITY, and that's how to get information on the loan modification or Jerry and Kaylin. And we'll be back with you folks in just a few minutes.